Hey y'all. Now, I didn't say I was going live because I'm actually just finished a class and I'm doing it from my computer. And I'm testing this because I just got my internet fixed. It was clowning. It was running at half the speed that it was supposed to run. So I just finished class, baby in hand, because the my daughter and the other girls, the my two nieces and my other granddaughter are at this place called Magic Mountain where they go roll around in the water and do all kind of other shit. So my nieces are getting ready to go back home, so they're having their little last hurrah at this amusement park. And I had to teach, and I don't have enough room in the car for all of them. So me and this one are here together, and she needs to burp again because she woke up. She slept most of the class, which was awesome and awfully nice. And ooh, my hair is a hot mess. But yesterday, I was trying to give you all a little pep talk from the car, and of course, the planets being what they will, and everything. My phone was acting up, and it froze. But we talked about this in class tonight. You know, people are always saying about magic. Well, I've hesitated. I've hesitated because I don't want to let the wrong things in. And I always find that to be the most amazing, crazy thing. And I probably even said it myself when I first started practicing magic. But the reality of the matter is, if you ain't calling the wrong stuff, how you gonna get the wrong stuff? I was talking yesterday about how magic has changed my life. Magic has enabled me to travel throughout this country internationally, and I even got another opportunity yesterday to possibly travel internationally. I definitely credit spirits and magic to that, but I also credit working really fucking hard. Okay, there's not usually a time when I'm not working unless I'm spending it having fun with my family, and we try to spend some time together every day just to sit, joke, talk, and spend time together. Because when you work at home, it's really hard to separate home from life. And that's why I'm in the continuous pursuit of trying to find retail properties. And the prospects are looking kind of nice, pretty good. But I wasn't anywhere near this 9 years ago when I had a nervous breakdown, when I lost my job, when I lost my condo. Um, and sometimes I think, and I look back to that time and I'm like, that's because you probably had your mind in the wrong place. That's why you had the problems that you had emotionally with all of this. So, very quickly after this little mini breakdown that I had, I stopped asking the goddess and gods and goddesses why, and started asking when. Now, this thing is trying to act up, so I can't move too much. I get a little animated, and the computer gets a little fucked up. So I started to use Whitney Houston's song because I was Christian at the time. I Look to You, because it wasn't. She grunt. She might fart because she just ate. She might burp again like a grown ass man. But I used Whitney Houston's song to get out of the bed. I look to you because I didn't have any answers for what I was going through. It's not that magical people don't have problems. We get sick, we die, but I think we look at death differently. You go on to your next level. But while you're here, you can't be scared. I talked to a client today who's young and was scared to move to another state because she's grown up in this town, which is sad ass anyway, all her life, and her family's there and blah blah blah. But I'm like, wait a minute, you got this opportunity to go live someplace completely different. When are you gonna get your life? If you're not gonna get your life while you're young, you're gonna wait and you have children, you babies, boys, and bills. I tell my daughters, all that shit slows you down. So when are you gonna live your life? When are you gonna live your best life? It's so funny. I looked at a property today, and the realtor who showed it to me is a witch. The property is sandwiched between two storefront churches, y'all. And I'm like, I don't want these folks giving me no problems. She's like, I don't think so. But her sales pitch was the law of attraction. But my personal gnosis and my religion dictates otherwise. My religion dictates divination. My divination said no. It said no to both properties I was looking at. Okay? And okay, I was just looking on a whim. And I understand that, I was going to have to come up with $5,000. Women know, 2,500, no, something like that, like $2,500 immediately. And I'm like, I don't have that. Now, if you caught me when I was coming back from New York, I'd have had that. I ain't got that right now. I just bought $400 worth of herbs and oils. I got no money right now. Not that kind of money anyway. I got money. That's another thing. Even when I don't have, people always make jokes about me. My family has always made jokes about me. They're like, if she says she is broke, that means she's got $300 in the bank. Okay? Because even if I'm broke, I don't even say that anymore. Now that I understand the power of words. Okay? Um, Somebody said they just took the class. It's lit. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you. I feel divine. Except this baby showing my bra to everybody. I got the names of my ancestors on my chest. I believe in words. I have a master's degree in literature. I believe in the power of words. Stop talking about what you can't do. Because think about all the times in your life you've talked yourself out of it, even magically. And I see this thing is slowing, so let me not, I see it slowing down and breaking up, so let me not move as hated. The computer goes, oh shit, what's she doing? But stop talking about what you don't have. Start talking about what is to be. I am healthy. I am happy. I am prosperous. I am wise. My magic works. You cannot do, it's just like prayer. I don't understand why people who used to be Christians don't understand the power of your words, the power of laid hands. Even Christians do candle magic and blow out candles and make a wish. You've seen it. We've got it in every single religion, but the power of life and death is in the tongue, right? Keeping that in mind with your spell work. People are like, well, what if I want to do and blah, blah. Do it. Be very specific about your intent. I just got through explaining in my container magic class that everything is a container. Even a mojo bag is a container. If you have something in something that's contained, it's a container. Let me see who this is coming up in my house. Who that? Yeah, it must have went upstairs. It must be the teenagers. So in any case, I'm so glad this child is asleep, y'all. I'm so glad she's asleep. This child is not 2 months old, and she in 3 to 6 months. We had to just go buy her a whole bunch of clothes. I call her Biggins Smalls. I'm going to get a shirt that says Biggins Smalls and put a picture of Biggie in the middle of it. I'm going to make some real ignorant onesies because I can do that. And I might even put them on sale. But everything in my life, whether it was before I knew I was practicing magic and now that I very purposely practice magic, everything that has come to fruition is because I said I could do it. Now, let me tell y'all, one of the things that I've told my children to fight anxiety and depression, because it's clinical, it's hereditary, and it has caused a great deal of my relatives to be alcoholics or drug addicts. Okay. And what I told them is sometimes you got to lie to yourself. Sometimes you got to get up, you got to look in the mirror and say, I'm fine. I am amazing. I can do whatever I want. Okay. There's a lot of things that can teach you not to fear. One of those would be initiation. Definitely. If you haven't been initiated, you don't know. But if you have been, you do. But you got to have conviction and belief. You have to understand a wand, even though my blood is in my wand and it is an extension of me and my intent. That's why it's rude to point. That's why people say don't point, because that's your wand. You ain't got no wand, use your finger. Okay? Your focus. These herbs, these roots, they have a spirit, but these colors and all these other things that go into working, there's nothing magical about a plain white candle. It's wax. Okay? I'm coming for you, Babs. It's a plain white candle. That is until you take a bamboo skewer and you carve in the name of your target or you write your spell, or you dress it with oil that has a spirit and roots that have a spirit, and you set that light and you bring spirits in, that is what makes it magical. Your ingredients have to focus on your intent. If you do not have an herbal correspondence book, you better get one. Okay? Your magic is whatever you want it to be. Try it. Test it out. Now, let's stop and think about this. We all know that this is not bewitched. You know that you cannot wiggle your goddamn nose and something's going to pop up in front of you. Because if that's the case, I would not be sitting here with y'all right now. I'd probably be about 40 pounds lighter in a G-string bikini on a Jamaican beach looking for Jacques Saint Dick. Okay? That's where I would be right now. It doesn't work like that. It's like any other form of spirit work. Your work should be divined upon. You should be doing things for righteous reasons. Even retribution, even justice and revenge should be done for righteous reasons. There are people who do evil work out here. And there are people who are trained hit people, assassins, bokers, mercenaries that will, I even saw, there's a lot of folks, including sisters. Sadly enough, I usually approve most sisters. Brothers, I gotta look at them and what they're posting on their wall. Becky's and Buff, the very few. If y'all see white folks on my friends list, they are extremely down and they've been in the cut for me forever. But what I'm gonna tell you is it's very important who you surround yourself with. And I will look at somebody's profile and see whether or not they are the types of people that are what they're manifesting. Because because somebody's magical does not make them magnificent. Understand that. Okay? Some people have access to magic that can kill you. And sometimes we'll use that magic in inappropriate ways. And that's another reason why you should get your head washed, get protected, get them spirits on you so that you don't have to deal with that kind of foolishness. There are ways to protect your hair. There are ways to protect your body. But you're not going to get those by ordinary means. You're going to have to give something to get that level of protection. But what you should be doing is you should be, like I said, even if you have to do baneful magic, you should be divining. You should be very clear on what you want to execute. Because if you don't, you might not get what you want. I never forget the day I asked Freda for someone to flirt with. And the next day, my ex-stepson, who was like all of 19, popped up in my inbox asking me, did I find him attractive? And I went and had a little tea with Freda, and we giggled about it. I'm like, oh, you got jokes. Because she was like, because you don't need that shit right now. You got things to do for me. Spirits can be very, very, very selfish with your time. I can't do for Freda and not do for Dante or vice versa. So that's another thing, when you're starting to work with spirits, understanding the commitment that it takes. That's why I tell people, start with your ancestors. Start with the good ones. Don't invite the crazy ass ones into your house. There are some ancestors that I didn't fuck with when they were alive. There ain't no way I'm putting them on my altar. So you got to understand what your spirit consort is, your magical friends. I'm always on the hunt. People always see me outside and I'm looking and I'm inspecting. Okay, Jezebel, no. God damn this cat. Jezzy. She's so jealous. She wants to be in everything. Don't y'all know, every time I have a Facebook Live, don't she try to show up? Jesse, can you go sit your... No, because if you scratch me, I'm going to beat a cat's ass. I'll beat a cat like I beat a kid. Go on now. No. Later. We can cuddle later, I promise. My lap is not big enough for all of this. She loves this baby, too. People kill me with the old wives' tales about cats and babies, too. People always say that a cat can try to suck the baby's milk and suffocate the baby. That's not how that happens. What happens is cats like to lay on you. I don't know about you, but I had a cat that loved to lay on my neck like I was a scarf. Now imagine if I was an infant. You gotta get down, go get. Come on. You gotta get down. Come on, get down. Sorry. Too many fat folks in my lap. She fat. I'm fat. My belly take up half my lap, and this fool thinks that she can get into my lap. Okay? Yeah, this baby is huge, man. Let me show y'all. Yeah, she'll be 2 months old on the 4th. Oh my God. Say hi to your public. She mad? You mad? You mad, girl? She always mad. She smiled at me yesterday, though. You need to get up so you don't keep us up all night anyway. You've had your bottle. Sit up and say hi to folks. Don't start no nonsense, though, because we're not having no nonsense tonight. This is grown folks, okay? You just in here because you literally you can't talk. Because if you can talk, you got to go to bed. But you do. You really want to, you just really just all kind of lollygagging, lolling your head. You just had a booger. Well, that's nasty. I don't know if that's a booger or not. You're not a mama till you've caught vomit in your hand, by the way. So you may say anything when I got a child in my hand on Facebook Live. But when we're talking about magic, we're not like I'm talking about bricks of gold and things like this. Magic is medicine. Magic is hope. Magic is faith. Magic helps you get through this mundane bullshit. Okay? Magic is just the same as when you was a Christian. Your prayers. This is freezing. For real? For real, Josie? This cat's an asshole, you guys. Yeah, go sit the hell down somewhere. Listen, magic is prayer. It is petition. Tomorrow is got to be one of those magical. We are colliding with the galactic New Year. A lunar eclipse is running like how many hours? Like my daughter told me like 14 hours. If y'all don't get your asses out in that backyard or somewhere in the kitchen sink, someplace safe, have the fire extinguisher and set your petitions on fire. That flame will attract spirit. You're sending it to them through turning it to ash, just like they've gone back to ash. Send your petitions. Send the things that you want to manifest in your life. And what I tell everybody is with magic, start small and obtainable, because it is also going to be very dependent on your intent and your mundane actions. Magic just doesn't make shit happen. So as we go into this really big energy shift, and I don't know a lot about astrology, and freeze, okay? But I do know the basics of how they interact. And I'm learning more and more and more and more each day, because that's what I want to do with my life. Learn about how to take advantages of retrogrades and energy shifts, and how to use your own communication skills to keep things from going all fucking haphazard when the world is going crazy around you. That is what magic helps you do. It helps you center yourself. It helps you to create opportunities. Magic works on opportunities and it works on weaknesses. Get to know your targets well. You'll know their strengths and their weaknesses. So if you ever have to do something, you know exactly where to strike. So I just wanted to give y'all a word. And this one decides now she want to be up. She wants to party. Somebody stole your mama's cat. I done missed all that shit. My cat done went on about her business. She over here sulking because I won't let her lay in my lap. I don't have enough room. So, okay, I'm going to be on for a little bit more since this one's up and I ain't going to be able to do nothing anyway. So, come on, where are you going? Stop it. One of these days you're going to fall. My youngest fell right out my lap when she was about 8 or 9 months old while I was trying to comb her hair because she just didn't want to stay still. Boop, boop, hit the floor. She all right. She's straight A's. You don't want to hit the floor, okay? So why don't you be cool? Yes, I'm talking to you. Chill out. Enjoy the peoples. Here, look at the screen. Look at yourself. Behold, the only thing greater than yourself. Oh, yeah. So you guys have any questions about anything that I just got through discussing with you? That's 61 people. That's hot damn. I mean, that's more people than I've ever had on a Facebook Live in the history of Negrodom. Say hey. Can you do the princess wave? We got to teach them that early. Hey. So, you guys have any questions, or else I'm gonna like go and see if I can give her to my obviously everybody decided they wanted to Google something in the neighborhood. Um, you guys have any questions about tonight that will help you with your magic? Because every now and then I try to definitely share with people what's been shared to me. You know, I've had the great privilege of having amazing magical mentorship. You know, my Mambo Margie, Mama Star, who has always been in my corner. um, you know, Doc and Hellfurion, who got me started at the voodoo store, you know, and I've got Judica Isles. Oh my God. Scott Cunningham got his rest his soul, or hopefully he's up and out and popping because he's more popular than he's ever been. I've just had people who are willing to share magic with me, and some things, no, I don't share that I've been taught. And some things I share with very, very few select students. But the basic principles of what you need to be doing, because I'm telling you, there are some people in this community, and I've been friends with them. I'm not friends with them anymore, that were regarded as really powerful, magical people. And when you started to put a microscope on how they were living and what they were doing and what they were able to achieve with their workings, you realized you're not who everybody says you are. So that's another thing. You know, folks always want to brag and show. I'm gonna wait for this computer to catch up again because it's freezing less. It's nice, and this is a really beautiful high def camera. Um, and I've got the lights turned down because I'm tired. Um, but people have just been generous to me. I mean, all over, you know, even people like Michelle Jackson and Amber Jean, um, and it goes on and on. E.M. Walker, she made my wand for me. You know, I've had so many people support me, tell me that this was my life's mission. This is what I needed to be doing. It gave me the courage, especially when I had to deal with like family members who are uber Christian and told people that I'm going to hell. And wow, look at me living my best life. Now, let me tell you something, because I'm grown. I pay my own bills. I ask students this all the time. Who pays your bills? Why are you remotely concerned about what's your grown ass other relatives think when if you lost your job tomorrow, they couldn't even give you a goddamn meal? Seriously? Start living for yourself, and start being very deliberate and make plans. I remember when my sister moved to Georgia, she got out of Chicago before I did. And I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? You know, because they weren't making as much money as I was. They were paying about the same amount of rent. And I'm like, how did you do that? And she said, I wrote it down. I wrote it down. I made a plan. So I'm sitting here telling y'all that what you need to do is you need to, what are you looking at, girl? At the light? That's why I keep the lights turned down. If you I swear these spirits be just messing with this baby, because she don't never stay, her eyes are always like, what's going on? She watching. There's a little child spirit standing at my desk yesterday, and I thought it was one of the girls, but because it was really bright, because we yellow as hell, it was a child spirit in my house, and they were just standing there waiting for me to look up and make sure that I knew they were there. I'll say, hey, how you doing? And gone. Before I could raise my eyes and say hi, they was gone. They're all around us. And you know what? I know exactly who it was. It was an ancestor, because I thought about my grandmother, the original Big Liz, and why she had so much heartbreak and so much pain. But at the same time, she turned me on to astrology. She took me when she went to go see her mambo. She had incense and hote, and you know, she wore a big ass Taurus around her neck all the time. When she got older and really started wilding out, she started wearing a turban. Okay, my grandmother did not play, but she suffered a lot. She lost almost all but one of her sons before she died. And the first one died when he was 3 years old. He got hit by a car. He got hit by a car on Christiana Street out on the west side of Chicago. And the car that hit him so hard that she knocked off his shoes in Brogans. You remember those big baby shoes that tie up at the ankles? And it was Mother's Day. He was hit on Mother's Day. And so he died a few days later. And my mother was 7, and she was supposed to be watching him. And the older kids across the street were supposed to be helping watch him. And he was trying to get to them and not listening to my mother, because you don't put kids in charge of kids. But back in the day, we had to do what we had to do. Okay. And yeah, I told her to get up so she could party with me until her mama got back. And then I'd give it to her mama. She'd be all hyped. My friends used to do that. They used to come over and wake up my daughter. But through the loss of this little boy, who incidentally, we lost his remains because he was part of Babyland at Burr Oak. And if you don't know anything about Babyland, go look it up. But we can't find his grave. And I just thought about all the things that my grandmother went through. And I thought about how she suffered and how she lost her sons. And I'm convinced it was because of a curse that was put upon my grandfather in the Philippines. But that's another story for another time. Most of us in our family don't even have boys. Every time, waiting for the internet to catch up, every time a girl is born, we're kind of like, because we already know how hard it is to raise a black boy in this society. And because we've lost so many of our sons, we're scared. But one of the things that I've done is I've, learned how to end curses. And prayerfully and hopefully that is something that won't affect my family ever again. But I thought about how she suffered, and I wondered how she made it. Well, when you have 8 other children, you got to do. Well, she went on to have a few more after he was killed. And I was thinking about him as I got ready to get in the shower that morning. And now I realize that's who was at my desk. 3-year-old little, so light he was white, because I've seen a picture of him hanging over my grandmother's bed. He's standing at my desk yesterday because I was thinking about him, and I called him up and I spoke his name, and now he's here. And you can be damn sure that he's going to make sure that doesn't happen to any other babies in this family. That's the type of ancestor connections that you need. You need the ones that are the innocents, that are the freedom fighters, that are the protectors. I'm going to say that again because it froze again. But you're going to need the freedom fighters. You're going to need the innocents. You're going to need the protectors. Those are the best guards that you can have, the best wards you can put up. Don't nobody love you like your family does, and nobody not love you like your family does. So choose carefully. As Lafayette said in one of her videos, ain't all of our ancestors nice people? So you really have to be careful. So I'm going to find out his birthday, and I don't have his picture. We lost a lot of pictures when my grandmother died because of the person she was living with. But I am going to see if I can get an artist describe the baby to him or her, and see if I can get an image made of him and put him on my altar, because it's important to have all different types of spirits in your home. My mama, I use her. She's like my shotgun. If I got her or Liz will break you down and tear you up. But I need those people in my life, just like I needed them when I was a child, because I realized from being a mother myself a couple of things, especially with manifestation. Look at what we do. Now, I'm not trying to belittle men by any stretch of imagination, because without sperm, we don't get this. But look, women, what we create, right? What we create. The Creator gives us the seeds, and we grow a garden. So keeping in mind what we want for our own children, we start to think about what we should want for ourselves. So, if you're new to practicing magic and working with spirits, I always suggest working on safety, protection, cleansing, and health. Because with all those things, you can have prosperity and love and all those other things. Okay? Yeah, this is Big and Smalls. That's one of her many nicknames. Also, the wee one. I have no idea what she's looking at. Maybe the spider who's been hanging out here in the root room for the past few days. Cute little spider. He was on the table. He got nerve. All these animals in my house got nerve. This spider was just sitting up here on the table. I'm like, you better go back on the ceiling before one of these folks that kill spiders sees you. And then I got this blue jay, and I call him asshole blue jay because he sits on my fence and looks at me when the bird feeder is empty, like, bleh. I know you finna go outside and put me some herbs or roots or something in this damn canister. And then I had this jackass squirrel that ate my Brussels sprouts I was trying to grow from my best friend. So yeah, the animals, they're all assholes here. I don't love them. Let me see. You're welcome. You're welcome. And chill on the prosperity work. You know, you have to see what the eclipse means. I would encourage everybody, and I'm going to scroll back because I didn't know y'all was asking questions because, you know, I hate that. I'll be in class, I'll be like, what y'all question? Everybody just wants to sit there and fuck up the inbox. But I can't even scroll, so I can't go back. So if you want to, you can ask your question again. You have to see what the energy of this eclipse means to your personal situation. I'm telling you, magic is personal. There are going to be some people that shouldn't be doing shit during this eclipse, and then there's people whose life very much depends on what they do during this time. That's why people always kill me. There's a couple things that really irk me. One of them is I put a link to formulation descriptions and instructions on my website. But every day I got somebody bought something asking me how to use it. Stop it. Don't spend your money on some shit you don't know how to use or that you are not committed to learning how to use. That don't make no fucking sense. I mean, yeah, I like your money. I'll take your money, but I really want you to benefit. Because if you benefit from practicing magic, guess what? You're going to buy something else, right? So it behooves you to know what the fuck you're doing before you spend your money. Okay? And it's okay not to know. It's okay to ask questions, read, study. Folks got some, get soap, talking about how do I do this? How do I use this? And I send them the link to the website. And, oh, I should have checked the website. Yeah, you should have. It's soap. Wash your ass with it. That's what you do with it. Listen, you all need to invest your time. And yeah, Babyland was fucked. And I every time I think about it, my stomach lurches. If nobody knows what happened with Burr Oak Cemetery, is the owners who were black. My mother used to tell me, quick aside, all the time when I was a little kid, I'm gonna put you in Burr Oak. I thought it was like the Audie home or a home for bad kids. I was like 27 years old when me and my first husband rode through that part of Illinois, only to find out that it was a cemetery and that my mama had been threatening to kill me my entire life, and I didn't know it. But needless to say, my 3-year-old uncle was buried there, and a few years ago, they realized, yeah, my nana was a Taurus. They realized a few years ago that they were not burying bodies properly, that they were burying bodies on top of other bodies in graves. Emmett Till's casket, happy birthday, ancestor. Emmett Till's casket was supposed to be there and being preserved. Oh, I feel what's going on in your belly, and I don't like it. You got to wait for mommy to get home. Don't poop yet. I just changed you. Emmett Till's casket, it was all but ruined, and they were supposed to be storing it because they wanted to get a museum erected for him. It was just horrified because I guess they had him exhumed and they moved him and they put him in a different grave, but they kept the original casket. And lots of bodies of children, especially children, were unaccounted for. The graves were just gone. There's a special place in you know, if you believe in hell or a really bad alternate reality for you to go to when you die, there's a special place for them people. They need their asses beat. I swear to God, if I ever met one of the owners of that cemetery, I'd be catching a case because I beat the fuck out of them. The desecration of our bodies. It's bad enough that we had desecration of our bodies in our lifetime, but then to have them further desecrated after death, that takes a special kind of fucked up to do to somebody. So yeah, it was horrible. It was really horrible. But you know, like I said, when you have these magical abilities, you also have a spiritual way to make people like that suffer. And people will be like, well, that's not very spiritual. Well, shit. Look at Psalm 109. That's probably one of the worst curses I've ever read in my life, smack dab in the middle of the Bible. Um, you do what you got to do. You vanquish your enemies. Even Yahweh will tell you that. What I like is not having enemies. I don't fuck with people. I don't like, I'll tell the truth on you. If that makes you my enemy, if you're doing something fucked up or you're causing problems in the spiritual community, or if you're scamming people, or if you're disrespecting black people and black folks' religion, yeah, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna name names because I don't give a fuck. Because I will tell anybody in private what I will tell them in public. If there's something I don't want somebody to know about how I believe or what or something like that, I don't even speak it. I don't even type it. But keep in mind that there are also people out here who can read your mind. So you might want to control your thoughts. You might learn how to put on shields and block those people. She's look. Oh yeah, she was always looking at the spirits in the house. She never looks me in the face. Watch this, y'all. Hello. Oh, she's asleep now. She knocked out. But she never looks at me. Last night she did for the first time, and she smiled, and I thought, oh, let me get this on video. She hollered and hollered through that video, and so I ain't even gonna post it because she hurt my feelings. So let's see. You plan on being on the beach tomorrow night. Write your petition. Yep, you can burn it there. You definitely. Hell yeah. All of the above, Melissa. You got it right. People, use your imaginations with your magic. You go into the water, get cleansed. Stand there with the paper burning and say, now I'm gonna repeat that because the damn thing froze again. If you're at the beach, you're in the water, you get your cleansing, you set that petition on fire while you're standing in the water and you set it free. Yeah, Melissa, that's the bomb. I wish I wasn't landlocked. God, I'd have my ass. Well, in Chicago, if you are in Chicago and if they still do this, I didn't even know. Really? For real? Am I too loud? Girl, lay down. I did not even know that there what the connotations were when I used to attend the full moon jam in Chicago. Is anybody here from Chicago? Can you tell me if they still do the full moon jam? Let me tell you, on the lakefront, Chicago, every full moon, they would dance with fire. Even little kids. I have pictures that I took years ago because I'm a professional photographer of a little girl dancing with fire. Now we have our own Aniage Bokur. I'm gonna see if I can get her to come over here tomorrow night, but she's probably otherwise uh, engaged because of all of these activities that are going. Where are you going, big girl? Where are you going? But if you live in Chicago and they still do the full moon jam, the full moon fire jam, go. You will not regret it. Get there early because it gets insane. I think it's at Foster Beach. But literally dancing with fire, drum circles. The only thing they was missing was food. I was really sad about that. But yes. Yes, and and Amanda's screaming. I have Big Liz Conjure, which is a closed group for my customers. When you need suggestions or you want product information, please go in there because my clients also help to answer questions. So whatever education I've given them or they've occurred on their own, they help out in that group. We don't talk about other people or cursing people and all that stuff that goes on in these Facebook groups because I don't have time to monitor that. But if people want to do their own spell work and they don't mind talking about what they want to do and getting some advice, or or my reading list or whatever, you can join that. But you have to answer the questions because too many people come in trying to advertise their own services or start bullshit, and I don't have time to monitor, or else I'd have a more full-fledged conjure group, but I don't have time for that. So we just focus on my products in that group. So thank you for that. Yep. You can write their names on paper and put them in a picture frame. If you know the names of your ancestors, I think that's what she's answering. Thank you, Val, for replying to Val, Carla. If you don't have pictures of your ancestors, but you have their names, write them down. If you don't have their names, get your DNA test done. Find out where you're from. Put artifacts from those places in the world and call in the ancestors that love you. All you really need is one of these, some white cloth, some water, and you got an ancestor altar. Now, mind you, One of the reasons why I have a store is because I like my witchy accoutrements. You have to understand that these are tools. Some people don't need tools. I've cursed people without tools. I've blessed people without tools, just using my mouth. But tools help us to concentrate our intent, and then we can't ever leave out the fact that there is magic in herbs and roots. And the magic is healing often, and it's medicine often, and or it's changing situations often. It depends on the herb or the root. So you can always have, magic around you. You can cast a spell with what's in your kitchen cabinet. But if you like to use certain things in your magic, by all means buy them. Some people don't like soap, so I make bath bombs. Some people don't like herbal baths, so I make soaps. I make things that people ask me to. And Amber, I got your baby. I got your baby. Yeah, they're all at Magic Mountain riding and having fun in the pool, and I had to teach tonight, so it's me and Big and Smalls here tonight. Okay, so any other questions? If you asked a question and I didn't answer it, this thing is, I'm lucky I'm not freezing like I used to because I got my internet fixed, so I can't see your question, but ask it again. Okay, I'm gonna need you to lay flat. Okay, since you want to stay asleep, I really want you to get up and party with us so that you will sleep for your mommy tonight because you've been asleep the whole time. But she's good for me. She's actually really good for me. But she clowns her mama. She clowns her mama. Were your families still in their graves at the cemetery at Barrow Oak? Because if so, you was blessed because ours sure weren't. And that really broke our hearts. That really, my sister called and they were like, he's gone. They can't find him. So yeah, it was devastating. I mean, he was a baby. He was 3 years old. But you know what? I mean, thinking about him made me emotionally distressed yesterday morning. And thinking about the pain he went through and thinking about how old he was and how my mother suffered from depression afterwards because she felt like it was her fault. And how do you get up when your child's been murdered? I don't know, or killed, or accident happened. I don't know. But I thought about him and I thought about him and I cried and he showed up and he was like, it's good, I'm here. So this is what having contact with your ancestors can do for you. It can help take away some of that pain. Nobody has ever said that you will not feel pain as a magician, that you will not get sick, that you will not die. Sometimes people can do it to you, or you can do it to yourself, or sometimes shit just happens. But that visit at my desk yesterday really helped heal my heart. He's like, I'm here with mama, I'm fine. He just popped up. He's like, sup? And I thought he was one of the kids. I really did. I'm like, what y'all want? Because they worried. No, Jezebel, this cat. I really thought it was one of the kids, and it was him. And I just really put two and two together because I'm like thinking, what child could this have been at my desk? Because we don't usually lose them this small. We've had a crib death and a couple of other things, and it's still upsetting to think about it. But we don't lose that many young people in our family, and when we do, it's extremely tragic. So him coming and letting me know, hey, I'm here, and I'm good, it helped me. And that's an example of what being in contact with your ancestors is all about. It's about being reassured that they're with you always and that they're okay, you know? And it's also, if you got situations where there's ancestors suffering in a particular realm, that you might be able to help, because there are ancestors who are stuck here because there's business that they didn't finish and they don't freely float from realm to realm. And that's a problem. And that's when you get a lot of tortured spirits, you get a lot of spirits misbehaving, or, just go off the rails completely. So, helping to heal your ancestral line is so very important, especially for Black people in this country. that it is important that we venerate our ancestors. I know I haven't been in the first temple of African uh, ancestor veneration lately. I'm trying to get my life together. It's a lot. My daughter has become really good at helping me run the store, but I have a full-time job. We got the baby, but I do look forward to getting back to a regular temple talks with you guys. Just give me a few more weeks and we're gonna. Oh, she's smiling. Hello. Did say hi to you? Did you say hi? That's my uncle that passed away. Yes, Full Moon Fire Jam, Chicago, Illinois. Is I've never seen anything like it. Live in Chicago, or you can get there for the full moon, baby, and they're still doing it. I'm shocked. It's like this big ass pagan happening right on the lakefront of Chicago, and nothing. Nobody ever like complained, and there's plenty of non-pagans that go to it. I'm straightening out this thing. I hate it when it's uneven. I'm just, probably a septum piercing is the wrong thing for somebody with borderline OCD. So, yeah, man, getting caught in the rain, standing out in the rain, standing in the ocean, standing in the elements, putting your feet in the grass. Y'all better do some shit this weekend. Y'all really need, I'm telling you, I'm busy. I'm going to make a way out of no way. When my daughter gets back here, we're going to sit up. We're going to sit down here and figure out what our plan is. I thought about having a group of witches come to the house, but I'm tired. I've set the Ohio Witch Circle down for the past couple of months because I've got other things going on and I can't be the only one. So I just figured, you know what? It's really important to my daughter's spiritual education that we get this very private work that we're going to do for the eclipse, just me and her, teaching her what she needs to do so she can make a way out of no way, you know? It's hard out here for single parents. It's hard out here for people who have to deal with uh, the atrocities that occur in this world. So I'm going to teach them how to send up their prayers and their manifestations to the spirits and, keep it a family thing. It doesn't have to be a big drawn out ceremony. I'm not breaking out robes and shit. I might pull out my wand. I usually do pull out my wand for the moon ceremonies. But I'm barefoot. And I might wear a dress or something. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's what you your intention. It's what you want to set into motion. And remember that full moons are to celebrate the manifestation. You should have been working on your spells so that they were manifesting as the moon waxed, or your curses that you did as the moon waned. The full moon is the celebration of the full manifestation. So what have you manifested? And so my petition mostly is going to be one of gratitude, one of thanks, that all of these things that I put into place in the past month cycle have come to fruition. The things that I thought New York was impossible. I'm like, I'm tired. I gotta drive all the way there and all the way back. And even though I've driven all the way to New York before, I didn't want to. I had an amazing time at the festival. I thought, oh, we didn't make enough products. We made enough products. We did very well. And so all of the stuff, even when my mind was set to talk myself out of it, my mind said, hey, no, let's not do this. Let's make this happen. Let's make this beautiful. Let's find a way out of no way. And I've been watching sisters do that all my life. So now I got the one up, I got magic. And it's just little words, slips of paper, lit candles, breath in the air, touching an herb or a flower, grounding yourself in the grass. It doesn't have to be some big, you know, elaborate production. Yeah, there are witchcraft that involves big elaborate production, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to start studying some of it. But when it gets down to it, that's we don't have to do any of that. We as slaves, we didn't have to do any of that, but we still made it happen. Our freedom was not an accident. Trust and believe that. Our continued survival in a very hostile environment is not an accident. And even when we didn't acknowledge them, our ancestors were always there. So remember that. I definitely lift ancestors who have made an impact far and near. I don't care if it's Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, or Auntie Irma May. Lift them tomorrow. Lift them high and thank them for what they've done. Because without them, none of us would be here. And I'm hoping that all of you, Full Moon Jam is still in effect. Yes, on the beach in Chicago. And if I was a thinking, here goes the internet again, because I started real fast. If I was a thinking woman, might have had my black ass in Chicago. My office is in Chicago. I could have worked from my office and been at the beach tomorrow night. And if I wasn't so damn tired from that drive to New York, I didn't drive my car for a week, y'all, I'd be in Chicago, because that is a motherfucking spectacle. So if you live in Chicago, you better hit that Full Moon Jam. It is fucking amazing. So you used to go. Oh, it is literally lit. All kind of shit be on fire, y'all. And you know, it's a mixed crowd and folks be out there with their drums. And then on the south side, every Sunday, it's like Congo Square. There's a drum circle that meets every Sunday in Hyde Park in Chicago, African Drum Circle. So that's one thing I do miss about my home, is that it has so many things. But we got a lot of stuff here in Columbus. And it would be nice if we had a beach. Maybe we can find a lake here and have a full moon fire jam, because I do know fire eaters. So we are down to 44. So I've lost 20 of you in the process, which means y'all tired of hearing me talk. And oh, Indian restaurant, hole in the wall, Devon Street. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, $10 a person. Thank me later. It'll slap your mama good. No, I don't remember the name, but I'll go to it the next time I come home, and I will post tandoori chicken, butter chicken, salad, the best mango smoothies. It's an excellent restaurant, and I don't even remember the name. I just know how to get to it. I just follow my nose, and and I didn't even like Indian food until then. So yeah, Devon Street, definitely hitting Devon Street when I get back. But this child is heavy, y'all, and she knocked the entire fuck out. So yes, Becky knows about that fire jam. Yep, Becky and I, friends back in Chicago. Yes. Hey, so casting with music. Think about that. You all could go out to this full moon fire jam and cast your spells right there in the midst of all this. It's amazing, y'all. I really hate that I'm not there. And I'm kind of bummed, but I'm tired. And a 6-hour drive just after the 9-10 hour drive back and forth to New York just wasn't gonna happen. But I'm finna go put heavy D here. Overweight lover in the house. I'm gonna go put her down, and I'm gonna go and chill, maybe have a little wine or something, and really start putting some thoughts on paper about what I'm going to work on. But I'm going to tell you this, and people, I got people like Becky who have known me for years, and we can tell you of my condition then and my condition now. And we're not just talking about material things, but let's stop for a second and talk about material things before I go. I lost my house 9 years ago. It was a condo. I can put my condo in here 3 fucking times. Magic. And now I don't want a mansion, because I don't want nobody living with me cleaning up. Okay, I don't want to have to hire somebody out of the family. I don't need that kind of house. I have amazing place that I've always wanted. I remember when I was losing my condo, and my friend asked me, well, is that your dream house? And I was like, hell no. I was like, walk away. Another friend said, stop paying your bills, go file bankruptcy, start over. I had a new car 6 months later. So what I'm telling you is, yeah, this world does offer a lot of bullshit for us to wade through. Some of it is really hard, but the majority of it is first world problems. Magic helps you, as Judica Isles always says, levels the playing field. So get your life. You can make whatever the fuck you want happen just as much as you can stop things from happening. Doubt is your worst enemy. Believe in yourself. Speak a word to yourself. Like I said, there were days when I got up and I looked in the mirror and I had to lie to myself in order, literally had to say, when I sat up in the morning, okay, put one foot down on the floor. And I'd sit there, put the other foot down, stand up. That was my existence 9 years ago. I never, ever, ever, ever want to go back to that existence. I've suffered from anxiety and depression my entire life. It's clinical. But when I came out of that Jevo, my antidepressants started causing me anxiety. I no longer take depression medication. And after I initiated, it was gone. I actually thought they were lying to us when they were telling us in the Jevo that we weren't going to need it anymore. I don't. I used some Rise Up and some crystals. And before I initiated, I'm going to tell y'all that didn't do it. That did not help. It helped a little, but well, I'm telling you, it changed my life. I can't. I'm an evangelist for magic. That's all I can say. I am an evangelist for spirituality. I am an evangelist for you tapping into the divine power that all of us were bestowed upon, but some of us had pushed that shit so far beneath us we couldn't dig it out with a spade. Oh, by the way, keep a spade in your car. You never know when you're going to need some bank or some graveyard dirt. That's all I'm saying. Or some market dirt. Keep a spade in your glove compartment. My friends always crack up, even the witches, when they go in my glove compartment and they pull out the shovel. But we have to dig ourselves out of our own holes, especially the ones that we have managed to put ourselves into with fucked up decision making. Stop making decisions, major decisions in your life without divination. Because I'm telling you, that space I looked at today was over 2,000 square feet. That store is almost as big as my house, and divination said no. The real estate agent was a witch. Divination said no. Listen to your spirit. Even people who are Christians will tell you, listen, my Trinity's grandmother, your first mind, that's the God in you. That's instinct. If your mind say, oh hell no, listen to your mind. Like I'll be looking on these dating sites every now and then, and they'll be sending me pictures and hi beautiful. I'm like, if that's all you got to say after all this time I spent writing my goddamn profile, my damn story, I really don't want to fuck with you. But I'll just be like, nope, nope, nope. The minute your mind says, oh hell no, you look like a rapist, oh, next, next, next. You don't even have to be mean, just delete, 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 delete. Start listening to yourself. Start believing in yourself. Start trusting in yourself. Or guess what? You're going to be just like these people in these groups talking about how they spell didn't work. Because you didn't believe. What do you think this is? Do you think that this is because this is not Christianity, that faith doesn't matter? Would you do something for someone who didn't believe that you could do it? So you put something in the hands of your spirits and your creator and your gods and your goddesses, and you don't think that they're gonna come through for you. Guess what? They're gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna come through you, but thanks for the whiskey, thanks for the rum, because you don't believe. It's a matter of walking the walk, talking the talk, and doing what you say you're gonna do. Most of my exhaustion has come from keeping my commitments. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something. It might take me a little bit. So like if I promised you an oil, if you want a contest and you don't have your shit yet, ask other people. There was like somebody who contacted me after a whole year of the license plate contest I had, because they sent me the wrong license plate cover. She got her covers. They were sitting here. I'm just busy. I ain't gonna lie. So do what you say you're gonna do, especially in your mundane life. You won't need that much magic if you keep your commitments. If you stop hiding underneath the bed, or burying your head, or not speaking up when you should have spoke up. Because when you speak up, then people know that you ain't having a shit. But if you let people run over you and then one day you blow and decide to speak up for yourself, they're going to look at you like you lost your motherfucking mind. You better speak up from jump. I remember I was being bullied in 8th grade because I was light skinned, had long hair, and I could read. Literally. over on the west side of Chicago. We were bused to the best elementary school in the city, and them kids was beating my ass every day. And one day, I was running home, and I saw my mother, but nobody else could see my mother because she on this big ass Eddie Bauer coat with a Kenny hood. And I ran up on her. I was like, "Mama, what are you doing here?" She said, "I'm here to make sure that you fight. Don't run home again, or I'm gonna beat your ass. Go back there and kick that ass. I'll be right here." I beat the fuck out of whoever was chasing me. You got to stand up for yourself. You got to assert yourself. I've lost so many friends because I'm not about to take nobody's bullshit. And I'm a psychic, so I can peep the shit before even you can. So when I call you on your bullshit and you don't like it, like I said, I put up a post today. You can either come in my life, come out my life, but don't stand in the goddamn doorway. You're blocking traffic. So don't take shit. Don't start shit. Don't take shit. Don't eat shit. Be the shit. Pop your collar. Do your work. Do what you say you're going to do. Mean what you say and say what you mean. You all have a lovely evening.